Hi, what's up? It's evening and I've just taken a shower. And do you see the glow in my face? I think so. If not, why are you acting like it's not a thing? Okay, I'm kidding. Look, I found a silence detector on the internet because I was frustrated. That does what I wanted to do. It gives me 5 free trials, following which I have to purchase it. I have intentions of buying it in the future because it is a lifetime license. It does exactly what I wanted to do without crashing my computer, and it does it in like super quick time. So the Lord God Almighty is lovely that way. I don't know why I didn't find it initially, but I have found it. So my last video, remember I was lamenting that, ooh, my silence detection is taking out certain words and I'm not feeling it? Well, I found another one. And I'm gonna buy it. Because I've got hope that I'm going to get money. That's what you guys need to understand. It's like $99. That is like, last time I checked, the dollar rand exchange rate was hovering in the 18 rands. Proper. South Africa sucks. Anyway, just under 2,000 rands. So too is the other silence detector that I'm currently using right now that has a watermark that I have to remove. Also more or less the same price, but the one that I'm using, one, it's not effective the way that I want it to be. And what is this? It doesn't work as well as I want it to work. So it's not worth it for me to invest in it to remove the watermark, but it's also not worth it to invest in precisely because of the fact that it's for per annum. It's per annum. So I found one that's like literally a lifetime license. And so far as I use it on a Mac computer, I'm good. So that's what I always intend on purchasing. I'm gonna get a laptop in the future. I did let you guys know that. And speaking of a future of which, and all of these plans that I'm telling you, I'm only rapping on like this because like it was chilling on my chest and I needed to get it off, right? It's like going on midnight right now. It's like 23:37. Usually at this point I'm doing my edits for my dance, so as to like chill, eat, do what I need to do. I sleep at about 2:30 a.m. in the morning to 3, and I wake up like in the late morning type establishment thing. But I'm sitting here, having this discussion, having this conversation, so as to alert human individuals of the planet that I'm gonna live. And the reason why I'm talking about this is because you saw me. Okay, fine, you're not gonna see my exercise is not congruent with my chat uploads, because my exercise is uploaded in real time in the sense that I do it on the same day and I upload the content pretty much like immediately. I edit it on the same day, etc. But my chat sessions take a little bit more editing, so I tend to be behind by a day. So if it is Tuesday, you're going to be seeing Monday's content that I did. However, tomorrow you're going to be seeing exercise, so you're going to have to look at the yesterday's workouts where I was wearing the black and white top with the black pants and the different sneakers for the first time. I usually wear white sneakers, but I was wearing some like other like grayish ones, right? That's what's good. You saw me when I was working out. If at all you checked out my workout content, how much I was just struggling to do everything. I was struggling to get low in my squats, all that jazz exercise, because I'm under like a lot of demonic attack and it's chilling all up in my grill trying to make me stop exercise, because that's the one thing that really gives me joy. And on top of it, my exercise is apparently, allegedly, the most suffocating thing to the occult, because they can't comprehend how in the world I even have even so much as an ounce of energy to move even a centimeter, let alone work out. The amount of bombardment that they have endured me through with witchcraft spells, right? So it's just this like puzzling anomaly for me to be continuously working out. So they get really afflicted by workouts and they keep coming at my exercise. Not just this guy from America, but just like a myriad of random randos, right? I just want to put it out there, random randos. All you're gonna get in terms of my exercise, like if you're gonna mess with my body to a point of trying to inebriate me with sorrow, all you're gonna gain is me kind of struggling to do a very low squat, pushing myself along, yawning in the middle of exercise, or obviously looking like I'm not even doing anything. Just, you know, like TikTok dances are not real workouts, where these young ladies and dudes are just like surface level. This is not something that's breaking a sweat. They're just looking swaggified. They're looking cool. They're just trying to be cute, but they're not trying to actually get a real workout in. I'm not trying to do a TikTok dance when I exercise. I really want to get my workouts in. But when I am under a lot of demonic attack, I like hover above sea level in terms of my exercise, in the sense that I look like a TikTok dancer that's trying to look cute. I'm not trying to look cute. I'm trying to look like I'm working out. So there's very little effort that I put in to workouts where I'm under a lot of attack. And that's only because I gotta get something in at all to edify myself, to make myself feel better. So I work out in the middle of a lot of demonic attack. But what you're gonna get is a different version of my exercise, where now I just look like really suave, cute, like I got swagger, like I'm impressive or something, and like I'm not even trying very hard. That's all that it does. It changes my style of exercise to one that's a little bit more relaxed looking. Nonetheless, it's still really quite precious. That's what I think, okay? And this is evidence of the fact that I am going to one day come out of this alive. I just want to have a small little conversation unto the end of people in the occult love to start to put people's affairs in order. That's what I'm saying. I hate this background, but like, y'all gonna have to just deal. I put a mask as much as I can, hoping that you don't see it. So every time I see it, I feel like, but we'll be cool. I apologize for moving on from English and speaking my language. Listen, when you get a terminal diagnosis, IE, they tell you you're dying from full-blown AIDS and you gotta go to a hospice, or they tell you that you've got like a whole hard knock metastasized cancer, or they're telling you that your diabetes could knock you to the ground in a minute. I don't know. Whatever might be a terminal illness that you could find in medical archives out here in these streets. What does a person do when they're terminal that way? On the days when they're healthy, on the days when they're sort of okay, they can walk around, they're sentient, they're not basically like inebriated with drugs, laying in a bed, hoping that today's the last day because frankly this pain is too much. On the days when they're cool, they put their affairs in order. They contact their estate lawyer to do a will or adjust the will. They bring the kids around to have a conversation with them, explaining to them why it is that this must happen and they're sorry, blah blah. They write emails to randoms they hurt in the past and they say, I'm sorry, now that I'm dying I realize I was a buffoon. That's called putting your affairs in order. Alright. Unfortunately, however, when people are roaming these streets in the uncomfortable occult, all of these nefarious beings, they thoroughly go out of their way to put people's affairs in order on their behalf. What are you doing? In other words, herein lies an occult practitioner having cast a death spell on you. You're like the cousin and stuff. That's what's good. And they have made a decision that you're there today, human sacrifice. You're there day before yesterday, human sacrifice. On the 29th of October, you're going to be dead. We're going to be hosting a funeral on your behalf of your cadaver. So since you don't know you're dying and you're jumping up and down in these streets planning for 2029, okay? What then under heaven it is that they do is that they put your affairs in order on your behalf. In other words, they go out of their way to close whatever it is that might be an open loophole in your life. I am going to explain some stuff to you so that you must be afraid, be very afraid of occult family members, be afraid of occult friends, be afraid of strange randos. When a person is all of a sudden nice to you, when yesterday they were passing you shade, herein lies the deal. They're trying to do something. Okay, I will explain it in this way. If a person is involved in the occult, right, they're like a little bit of a devil worshipper. It's like, what are you doing? It's gross. Don't you see? Anyway, do you? They will not be nice to you if you are the object of their sorcery, if you are the object of their contention, if you are the object of the thing that has made them a nefarious beast, if you are the thing that has made them consult a sangoma. In the run-up to consulting the Sangoma, before they get to a point where they graduate to a height of so much jealousy that they will afflict you with witchcraft, they tend to be typical jealous freaks. What is a jealous freak like? They will pass you shade, they will backbite you, second guess you, they will come in your mouth, cause a diversion. Every time you're speaking, they will sort of kind of try and be a smokescreen to your words. They will act like a jealous freak. They will pretend you're not smart when you're smart. They will act like you're not pretty when you're pretty. They will act like you're not... You get my point. You know how jealous freaks act, right? They really are very heartbreaking, but they do have a lot of psychological tricks up their sleeves that they slay you with, absent of actually actively sabotaging you. But once they have sabotaged you, when they have done something to trip you up, when they have shapat you got 2 feet and made you lose a tooth, yeah, that's when they start to act all kind. What in the world are you doing? That's when they're all sweet. What in the world are you performing? You thespian you. That's when your random strange friend that was passing you shade 2 days ago is now calling you and saying, hey girl, I was missing you. Are you cool? You've never checked on me. You have never checked on me. You don't care. The past 5 months you've been acting like an animal, you pariah. You have separated yourself from me. Every time you see me in these corridors, you act like you don't even see me and you walk right past me without greeting when we're supposed to be best friends. But today you miss me? Oh, shut up. Shut up. You don't miss me. You are putting my affairs in order on my behalf. People in the occult put people's affairs in order on their behalf. They try to make it look as if though we were good. Just yesterday we had a conversation. Oh my goodness. Just 2 days ago we had lunch. Oh my goodness. Just the other day I was at her apartment helping her pack her bags to move to a new apartment. Little did I know that she would be dead a day later. They do that. They do that. They literally put your affairs in order. In other words, so that it sounds all nice and pretty at your funeral, so that they get to even say a speech at your funeral, so that they get to make it look as if though they were still your best friend, kicking it, killing it, and vibrating in these streets. Given that they still want to look good, they will thoroughly be all up in your grill, all up in your business, all up in your nose like nose hairs. That's what's good. Just before you die. So be afraid, be very afraid of random jealous freaks that are suddenly kind. Sum up. Don't nobody be asking you how you doing, when for the past 3 years they've never cared how you're doing. Be afraid, be very afraid. They put your affairs in order so that they can manipulate events such that they might just end up in your last will and testament. In other words, in your obituary, you're going to be spoken of as the good friend or the good mom or the good dad. In your obituary, you're going to be spoken of as the individual that is succeeded by the very person that put you to death. You're going to be killed by somebody that is going to be comforted at your funeral. Especially given that you will have had all these stories in the run-up. They will have had all these stories in the run-up to your death of you being really close. So be alert, check out, be wary of people that in the run-up to a person's death, sudden death, were all of a sudden all up in their grizzite. When last time they contacted that friend, it was 10 years ago. When last time they were with that friend, it was 5 months ago because, hey, they had a bad in with each other. Something was up. They were no longer getting along, even though they were very tight. But strangely, Pinky made a decision to make a call with Newo and say, Newo, come on, let's have lunch, girl. And then Pinky and Newo have lunch, and 3 days later, Newo dies. And then Pinky gets to say a speech at Newo's freaking funeral. Like, it's what you must understand. They put your affairs in order. They walk in such a way so as to posture themselves in a favorable position once you die. They want to be able to say, for instance, if you're a suicide case, I knocked on their door just yesterday, bottom lip quivering, and I asked them if they're okay, because I could tell they're very depressed. I could tell that something was not right, and I asked them, alright, alright, girl. I don't know, man. Something tells me, Uguti, I can beg you, but if you say you're cool, sister girl, it's alright. Right? I was just checking up on you anyway. Whoa! You don't care about me. You are the chick that passes me shade. You're the one that when under heaven, I was walking in these streets with like my deadbeat boyfriend that kept on putting a blue eye on my face. You were on Facebook uploading posts telling everybody how you killing it, painting the town red in Miami. Because you're on holiday. Despite me showing you photographs of this deadbeat that beat me up. And now, with no blue eye on my face, frankly, I'm uploading posts on Facebook saying that I'm excited, I've just gotten a job promotion, I'm gonna be good, and then you're calling me? Asking me if we're sharp or you just feel like something's off. Because you know you done did a death spell on your girl to commit suicide. Yeah. Be afraid, be very afraid of these charlatans. They will suddenly just act kind towards you when their general disposition is to dislike you and mistreat you. I just felt like I had to get this off my chest. Because I don't like people trying to act kind towards me that generally don't care. Because I understand how occult people operate. They put your affairs in order. Because you don't know you're dying, but they know that you're in a spiritual hospice. And so because they understand that you are in a spiritual hospice, my sister, they're going to be the ones to put themselves in your lost will and testament. They're going to be the ones to be the most frequently cited human beings around you in the run-up to your death. They're going to make themselves look like the most caring individuals prior to your DED date because they can't even spell the word death. Listen. Okay, back when I was working at MTN, I will tell you a story. I had to get this off my chest because I was avus, I was livid, I was blowing steam, I was extracting hairs out of my scalp when I was taking a shower because I could not for the life of me handle certain activity that has been happening around me by certain individuals that have absolutely no care about me. And yet you're asking me if I'm cool. I looked depressed yesterday. Relax. And then I remembered this like random from MTN that I used to work with. You know how in black culture we got these like females? Yeah, that's all I'm gonna say about it. They're these females. Alright? They will buzz you shade. They will give you grief. They will act like you stank. They will pretend like you're not the baddest chick in the game in the room. They will act as if though you cannot put a sentence together when you speak. The way they can't help either roll their eyes when you're speaking or completely ignore you, or worse, even laugh when you open your mouth. You know those black girls passing you shade when there is no shade to be passed. Because at this point, it's really very sunny. That's what's good. I had a colleague of that nature, couldn't stand her. I tried. You know those people that you try with, like when you see them, hey girl, how you doing? And they greet you with hello, and they just move on. Like she was like that. Initially, I tried really hard with this woman, but it just didn't work out. You know what I'm saying? It didn't work out, and I stopped trying. I realized this chick doesn't like me. She will never like me. It will never get to a point where she's feeling me. So my attempts are only going to get me hurt. I'm constantly going to be happened upon by a person that looks like she has swallowed rocks when she is talking to me. We're not doing it, so I stopped trying. Right? Granted that I stopped trying, our relationship then went from me trying to be a friend to me being just like merely collegial. This chick, I had also made an observation, was kind and okay with other people but not me. So I saw that this was like a whole personal affair, a matter. One of those people that don't sit well with you, you just don't like them for whatever reason, and I was one of those people to her. They don't even know why to this day, and I took it. You can't win them all, you can't get to them all, you can't buy them all flowers and hope they're gonna do better by you, you cannot give them all chocolates and hope they're gonna adore you for bringing them Ferrero Rochers for the day. So I let it go. Therefore, my relationship with her ended up being just merely collegial. In other words, hi, how are you? I'm good. Okay, good morning, guys. Okay, alright. And do you perhaps know when the boss is coming in this morning? Okay, sharp. I guess the appraisals, they're coming next week, ne? Okay, sharp. And when is the road show for marketing? Okay, sharp. Is the new guy working in IS going to be appointed to my project? Huh? Oh, okay, sharp. Yeah, alright, so I'm gonna be taking lunch. Please just let the boss know that I'll be back in 15 minutes, ne? Okay, sharp. Yeah, no, that's it. Ain't trying to find out how you doing, how's your dog, how's your pet, how your mama be, if your mama's still alright. Oh, my bad, she died. Whoopsie. I apologize for being insensitive. I forgot that your mother passed away last year. Anyway, girl, like, yeah, pet your dog for me and give her a kiss goodnight. None of that. I tried to be extra, over and above just being a colleague to make a sister feel better. Mara, she wasn't buying the skeleme. It was not what she was into. Where I'm concerned, Nikki type it out, scan upside down, up and down, and move on. Fine. You can't win them all. I was just merely collegial, and that's what it was. Decent, cordial, hello, goodbye, and we will talk about work but nothing else. And if we see each other in the parking lot when we arrive in the morning or when we exit in the afternoon, it's all awkward, because you're like, how are you? Hey, it's gonna be a long day. So how did your project go? And you will do that all the way until you get inside the building, all the way until you scan your access cards, all the way until you go up the stairs, or you will pretend that instead of going up the stairs to be with her all the way to the desks, that you're first going to pass by the coffee shop and get coffee, just so you don't have to finish that journey with her. That's how we were. Like, it was just this awkward thing. We didn't like each other. She wasn't my friend. I wasn't hers. We did not have a good relationship, but we were collegial, cordial. So this is not somebody that's going to be sending me a text message wondering how I'm doing. Of course not. Especially not in a personal capacity. Lo and behold, guess what happened a couple of weeks down the line from that date, eh? Yeah, from, not down the week, sorry, but like, lo and behold, guess what happened in my dreams, right? So I get these, like, I get flooded, bombarded by ditoro, by dreams. Modimo batong have mercy. Ke feelang ka re ndidinga umusa up in this monster. I get flooded by nightmares with this chick, this chick. So I used to buy popcorn at MTN. I loved it. They seasoned it in a way that was frankly out of this world, astronomical. Still to this day, I miss that popcorn. Lord have mercy. Why do I not have access to popcorn? My life is so sad. Where's popcorn? But they had this excellent popcorn called MTN, and I used to like fruit chutney. The flavor of fruit chutney, mara is spicy, and I had a little bit of a zzz, egg. Woke me up when I was like after graveyard shift early. Yeah, after lunch where you're sleeping and you've got itis. Yeah, that popcorn was able to wake a sister up. I loved that popcorn. I just had to put out there that I was enamored with the popcorn. Chicky be out here in these streets stealing my popcorn in a dream. What? Ain't nobody trying to like, what? Like, this is my fruit chutney. Again. No, yeah. Sister answering. Sis what? She stole my popcorn in a dream. I was sitting on bleachers like bench, innit? Guess where? In my high school, I used to go to Sir John Adamson High School. Now, when you dream about such old things, like that's witchcraft. I was sitting on benching ya sporting field ya rugby, right? Sporting field for rugby at Sir John Adamson. Like proper eating popcorn. What am I doing, Kose John? No. What's happening, Mona? But anyway, Kose John, no. It's alright. I'm at Sir John Adamson, fine, whatever. And I'm eating my popcorn. And this chick Wangshang grapes. Grapes, you guys. She literally walked up and took my popcorn. And then walked away. And that was the end of the dream. She took my popcorn. Wow. What did my popcorn ever do? And what did I ever do concerning my popcorn? I did not deserve this for popcorn, girl. I didn't. But she took my popcorn in a dream, and I woke up. That was not the last dream. I then had another one where she and our boss at the time were also stealing my popcorn. I literally did not understand what was with the popcorn. I did not get it, and the boss did nothing about it. The boss did nothing. So this boss was very competitive with me, and in this dream, she saw this chick steal my popcorn, and she just looked at it gladly and did nothing. I was like, sabotage and gaga. Sabotage and gaga. Now, years down the line, I would come to learn the significance of popcorn in dreams. So popcorn is this like, seed that's very hard that you can't chew, you can't eat it. If you put it in your mouth, it'll probably come out looking exactly like that out in the other side. But if you put it in some heat, poop, it pops, and it's then now all of a sudden edible. Popcorn has always represented to me somebody or something that has got power to convert something into something that other people would never have fathomed could ever be consumed, but now it is. Essentially just an innovative beast. Somebody that can innovate until that which was unseemly before now is worth your while to take in your stride. And if it's my particular popcorn, in particular fruit chutney, Eleako MTN, a coffee shop, they sold this popcorn, okay? It's over and above it, full of flavor. It's got zest, it's got zeal, it's got importance. Do you understand? It is strikingly, alarmingly stunning. So we're dealing with a person that's basically walking on water, the way they're so innovative. What they do is tasty, what they do is lovely, and what they do is take meaningless stuff that frankly nothing can be done with it, and then they make it an edible snack that is very hugely delicious. So God used popcorn to show me me being stolen from, that which is my je ne sais quoi, my edge, whatever might be the fiery thing that I've got going down. Precisely because I was such a threat in this random ecosystem that I now had to have my popcorn stolen. What would then go on to happen after me getting all these dreams with popcorn being stolen? Yeah, lo and behold, I suddenly lose my job, like a couple of months down the line from that date of getting those, like, being bombarded by those dreams. I lost my job. But that boss, that particular boss that was initially our boss, had been demoted. She was now just a regular program manager or project manager or whatever, because there was a company restructure and some new dude was our program manager. So because she got demoted and she was busy competing with me and she envied me, right, that the boss lady of ours, when she observed the active sabotage by my colleagues, she also did nothing. She did not necessarily participate in the meeting against my life, but when she made an observation of sabotage, she sat back. And so that dream literally came to pass the exact same way that I saw it. The background of me being in my school on the bleachers watching an empty rugby field was God showing me just the witchcraft, something that is very regressive. And her stealing my popcorn, it was a woman stealing my career, because I was so good at what I did and so innovative on the job that she could not handle me. So she stole my popcorn. Guys, like, who takes away fruit and chutney from a lady? Who does that? I mean, some behavior is just so uncouth, and this chick took my fruit chutney popcorn. Tati popcorn, let again. Took my popcorn, guys. And then in the next dream, my boss was like, I guess the popcorn is stolen. Whoops. Can you be that low? How low can you go? How low can you go? I got suspended without cause. When I was running a program, I was so good at what I did that by that stage I'd been promoted from project manager to program manager, and I was running this like company-wide program, right? That had people reporting into me, were some of the people into whom I used to report once upon a time, but it was on the project, right, on the program, not so much on a line level. And to this chick, it was like, what? How in the world do I curse this girl's career? And she just grows from height to height. Lo and behold, the next boss that I would get acted like the boss in my dream. The dude, the man now that, thanks to the restructure, was now sitting in position to be our boss. He orchestrated all of the things that would ultimately get me fired. Initially, I was like, he's too IC. And then next thing, I went from being his too IC to his worst enemy. Because I then got this like weird spiritual attack where people suddenly started to treat me like trash. And I didn't understand what was going on. And this woman was literally like a puppet on a string, orchestrating the death of my career. The death of my career. A colleague, this random nasty girl that I was collegial with, like frankly in a fella mode dating. That's what's good. I got suspended, right? No, I didn't get suspended. First, I got removed of the program that I was running. So you're taking away my promotion just like that in Jeffella overnight. Yeah. At this stage, when then the program was taken away from me, right? I sent an email, since I was still working for MTN at the time, to colleagues to let them know that, hey, there's going to be a handover. I'm moving from the program. Somebody else is going to be taking over. We don't yet know who it is, because this happened ever so suddenly. It just happened ever so quickly. So really and truly, Angazugu team, who I'm going to be handing over to. She was among the people CC'd in that email, because BCC'd. I have BCC'd a whole bunch of people because she was a colleague. And not only that, she was also in and of herself in one of the projects that was under the program that I was running. So she got the memo. Herein lies the chick that don't give two hoots about me. We're not friends. Even when we bump into each other in the parking lot, it's all awkward. We shuffle around until we get to the turnstiles, and then one of us takes an unnecessary trip just so we don't have to finish the trip together. We cannot stand, not stand. I mean, that's a heavy word. Okay, I can't say that we could not stand each other. We just were not that collegial. Blum, make like a flower gown. It's not like that. You and I couldn't. It's not like that. Yeah. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Yeah, that's all we did. We were only collegial. So if at all, like, random, like, brown matter hits the fan in my general ecosystem, I could anticipate a text message from so many other myriads of randoms in the company where I was working. Definitely not her. We're not friends. But guess what happened? I told you. When they kill you, or when they decimate you, when they pull the rug from underneath your feet, when they do something to violently and abruptly stop the thing you're doing, they put your affairs in order. They put your affairs in order. They know you're in a hospice. They know that spiritually you're in a hospice, you're about to die. And so because you're about to die, but you don't know that you're going to die, they go out of their way to put themselves in a favorable position, since in about 5 days, you're going to be bye-bye, girl. That's what's good. Yep. This like chicken, irritating, beefy, chunky gangstrosity as dodla. Say nesisebetsa go officing proper. Hey Batung, before anybody else could send me a frowning face, a crying emoji, before anybody could send me an email and some girl, what happened? Karabo, no. Explain Talosa, girl. Before anybody else that I can get why you're emailing me, because we good. We good, you and I. She was the first person to send me a text message on some, girl, are you okay? Oh my goodness, what happened? Shut up. My God, I was blind at the time. I was blind, guys, eh? Blind, walking around. My eyes all covered. So I felt pleasantly surprised, because I thought that maybe her emotions get spurred in the heart to do a better thing where I'm concerned when things really start to hit the fan in my life. Long story short, when I am met with misfortune, then she becomes more humane towards me than she generally is. So I thought she was just being a bigger girl, like basically getting over her little petty issues, because a woman is going through a lot. And she sent me a text message, I responded to her, and then she called me. I could not take her call, however, because I was driving. But when she called me, I was like, Wangfonela. I called her back when I got to my apartment because I was very upset. I asked to go home. When I got to my apartment, I called her, and then we had a conversation, and I was like, whoa. The conversation was something along the lines of, girl, what's going on? Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry, hey. Oh, no. Like, yes, here it is that I'm thinking, I got support, and I'm in Christ, right? So I'm thinking, oh, the Lord is gracious. Look at how he's changing her heart. I guess it had to take this funny little eventuality to turn her. She not only, this like random incendiary female, texted me, but she also called me. Like, you know, the way that a friend would. It would be several more minutes before anybody else that actually made sense to contact me would contact me. This like random, insensitive, a freaky little ominous beast of a woman called me because she knew what she did to go before to destroy my career, and now she wanted to be put in a favorable position when everything falls apart. She wanted to be able to say, I even contacted her on the day that they suddenly just removed her from the program. I was like trying to pamper her only to realize more life thing. Do you know my colleagues, after I lost everything, even though I was completely innocent and all the evidence was in my favor, the Lord showed me they toasted, as in cheers, with champagne glasses and everything. My extraction from the organization, that level of evil, because of an increase in lawlessness, the love of many will grow cold. That is what the Bible has to say. They toasted, and among the people who toasted was this chick, because she was stalking me in my blog, because she was obsessed with me low-key. She was cyber stalking me, therefore she understood my blog. When then I was busy talking about my experiences in the organization that I work for, she sent everybody to my blog to read about what in the world under heaven I was doing. To read about how I was feeling about the persecution that I was being endured under, that I did not, for the life of me, see coming. She literally, and I am not out here dodging you. I am not out here messing with your brain. I'm not pulling your leg. She stalked me so much that she sent the whole team to my private blog, where I write my private issues about my private relationship with Jesus. No, it wasn't private. It was quite orchestrated on the rooftops. I wasn't afraid. That's what's good. But she followed me and found somewhere where I diarized my sorrow online, and she shared what I wrote with all of my colleagues. I never mentioned the name of my company. I just said where I'm working, I'm currently being persecuted, something along those lines, and that chick sent everybody there. And so that can account for the reason why everybody toasted and cheered when I was finally fired without cause. Because I complained about the way that the company was treating me, about the fact that I was unfairly suspended, and then ultimately became an unfair dismissal. And I was stalked because this woman was the first one to show everybody, look, she's even writing about us. The same woman of which texted me and spoke to me on the phone and said, girl, I'm sorry. And now she was busy telling everybody, and to think that on the day when they removed her from the program, I was the one to send her a text message to ask how she's doing. I called her, for crying out loud, only to find out that on the internet. I told you. They are the ones that put your affairs in order. I can't wait for the Great White Throne Judgment some days, you know that. I can't wait to look at that girl and be like, look at me now. Hey? Yeah, I'm on the right hand of Christ as a sheep, while you little goat that walks around with a giant cross on your neck, she had this like menacing Jesus cross that she used to wear almost every day red. That would just dangle. It's almost as if when it was swinging, you could hear go as it was landing on her stomach. The way it was so freaking big. Like one of those crosses that you would literally hang on a wall, but hers was hanging on her body. A professing Christian. Yeah, honey, you is a goat now. That's what's good. And Christ is gonna tell you, depart from me, worker of iniquity, I never knew you. And you're gonna be like, but Lord, did I not wear a giant heavy cross on my neck as it was dangling in the office, showing everybody that I am your disciple? And God is gonna say, depart from me, worker of iniquity, I never knew you. And your giant dangling cross that belongs on a wall instead of on your neck, like proper. You probably have some like groove marks at the back of your neck just so you can pretend to be Christian. Depart from me. Goat rocking all up in these streets. Umthakati why sali onarata para khose imelang mo mulaleng wa gagwe. She put my affairs in order, so that she could one day say, and to think I was there to support her. Honey, you were a nasty little rando that did not like me, but just in the run-up to me losing everything, you were literally strangely frequenting my life. They always put people's affairs in order. That's what's good. You don't know you're dying, so you don't understand why somebody that is generally mean is thoroughly having a conversation with you. You don't understand why the friend that cut you off for no reason, you can't understand why they suddenly ghosted you. You don't understand why they're now calling you. And when then, like after they call you, within 3, 4, 5 days, 10 days, all of a sudden everything of yours has fallen apart. They put your affairs in order. They put themselves in your proverbial last will and testament. They put themselves in a position to not be suspected when everything falls apart in your life. So if anybody were to be accused of witchcraft, definitely not her, because when I was going through a lot, she called me, honey, except you never were the type of person to call me. So, but you did. Like literally just 3 days before my proverbial death. So then she got to look good in front of colleagues. Except that which is hidden in the darkness, the Lord is going to conceal it and put it on the rooftops. I have a cousin. Like I've told you the story about the former colleague from MTN Wabuloi. There are a lot more others like her, okay? That also, God have mercy, yes, that also, after everything of mine fell apart, not only contacted me to see what was going on, but one of them went so far as to even follow me on Twitter. Still to this day, she's one of my followers. She's surveilling my life, seeing how her witchcraft went. I don't know if she's guilty or what, but this is the result of what you did, girl. Congratulations. You cost me my entire career. People that were quiet, having ghosted me, all of a sudden popped up out of nowhere. Like, you know that game that you play at the arcade with little men that rock up and you have to like bash them on the head and then you're like, you don't know what to do? Yeah, they popped up like that. I should have like grabbed that hammer, that gavel, and as they were popping up and just like, give us shot, give us tumbe, move them out the way. Because you, for crying out loud, random massacreist you, are a backstabber. You have betrayed me. You have. One of them had ghosted me. It had been literally something like 5 months. 5 months. But when everything on mine fell apart, I'm out here getting phone calls. I got so many random phone calls from strange people from long ago, guys. Long ago, that I stopped taking calls. I started, like, when I was at home all depressed, now that I've been suspended, like when I got suspended, because the first thing that happened was that they removed me off the program and then later they suspended me. When I got suspended and I was sitting at home, I just stopped taking all of these calls. And I'm like, but we're not close. Why are you calling me? Why are you texting me? Why are you emailing me? It was a flood of support and I did not understand. And the support was not coming from people that generally would support me or people that perhaps would like just shocked colleagues as to what in the world happened over there. It was all the creeps I kept on dreaming about. But after ignoring them for long enough, they stopped trying to contact me. One of the people that tried to holler at me, I told you, was the guy, Ole, that I used to date, go MTN for like 2 months. The one that was a professing Christian that bewitched the living daylights out of me to bring me in the first place, and then told me, yeah, he was among the people to contact me. But by then, I already knew that he was into witchcraft, so I dissed him by telling him, But that they always flood your general periphery, your environment, when things fall apart, so that when you get finished off once and for all, they might appear to have been there for you. They might appear to have delighted in your potential recompense. That they might have appeared to look as if though they are rooting for you. They all of a sudden are there, but they're like black jacks on wool, like on Jezi when you like walk through the bushes because you're a teenage girl taking a shortcut home after school. And it's got all these black jacks. These randoms are like black jacks that latch onto you at the very end of your tenure as anything at all. They put witchcraft and they make themselves black jacks. The best thing you do with black jacks is remove them. In your jersey, remove them, because if you take them home and think that you can hang out in a bed, chill out. On black jacks, you will wake up with scars on your face because they're proper grooved into your skin. That's what's good. Learn how to identify these creeps. They will call you on the date of your demise because they know they planned it, that they might look good once you've fallen apart, to tell the whole world out here that, oh my goodness, but just before she committed suicide, I asked her, are you depressed? You've never cared about my well-being. Why are you asking? That's why I'm gonna stay alive. Stop sending me people to ask me if Geshapo. I have a cousin just like that, a blackjack. She will sabotage the living daylights out of my relationship with my mother. Tell my mother, watch this, in like literally she's inflammatory. She stirs up contention. That's what the Bible says about a person who stirs up contention. It's like, messing with your nose until it bleeds. She is that nosebleed, that chick. She's always trying to stir my mom up to do a nasty thing against me. But on the day that she will have stirred up contention, she will drive here to see my mom. And she'd be like, hi, caramba. How are you, girl? Shut up. Don't talk to me. I used to smile and everything whenever she would act this like nasty fool. But now I'm just like, hi, fest up. With a greeting. I'm not so rude as to ignore her altogether, but I find her patronizing. Because every time after she stirs up contention and the nosebleed comes out, my mother treats me like trash and could be hostile to me for an entire week when she's the one that sowed that discord. We are Moshe, and she's over and above it also a witch. So I would get like a whole bunch of nightmares about her actively sabotaging something of mine. And then shortly afterwards, she will come here, and after 3 or 4 days, to see my mom. And when she sees me, hi! One time she even went out of her way to give me a hug. Don't hug me. You are the reason why literally blood rain, acid rain is falling. Don't talk to me. So my solitude, my isolation, this lonely life that I am living is frankly a gift from God. It is a blessing because it helps me eradicate fake posers of that nature that are going to want to be like, hi girl, when they put me in a hospice. I'd like for it to be all like, as unsuspected, something that is an eventuality that I never saw coming. And so because I never saw it coming, let me just carry on and not even like do a last will and testament or whatever. Let it be a sudden death like you planned it in the occult, but do not rock up in my life and therefore obviously display that you are my premeditated murderer. I'm on to you, occult beasts. Nobody will ever be able to deceive me ever again. So what is the moral of this entire message? The moral of this story? The moral of this uneasy story is this. Herein lies the deal. Are you grabbing your notepad and listening just yet? It is the fact that stop putting my affairs in order. That's what's good. Stop smiling at me on the date of my demise, knowing that I'm going to get into a car accident in a minute, because I'm covered by the Lord Jesus Christ. I trample on serpents and scorpions, and over all the power of the enemy, nothing shall by any means harm me. Meaning that accident, I'm going to get out of that car wreck with just a scratch on my cheek that's gonna need a little bit of a patch here and there, some retinol, a dermatologist, a little bit of a onion serum, maybe some the silicone strip to deal with the scar, and then I'm going to basically live to tell the story. And you're gonna be disappointed, and you're also gonna be nar and upset with the fact that you were so sweet to me on the date of the car accident because you thought I was dying and you wanted to be spoken of at my funeral as one who saw me just on the day, just 2 hours prior to that. I was with her having lunch. Your proverbial demonic entity fueled primipiati. What I'm gonna do is avoid your emails, avoid your DMs, avoid even the hug. Like duck it like it's a bullet. That's what's good, because that's exactly what it is. trying to put yourself in a favorable position that once a person ultimately is demised under your sorcery, you can say, but I called her just on the day that such an unfortunate thing as that happened to her. I'm not dying. Occult creeps. All of y'all's gangster witchcraft coming at me to a point of making me unable to exercise properly. Yeah, all that you will get is a little bit of a light-hearted TikTok-looking dancer that's not squatting well enough, and so it doesn't look like exercise, but it's kind of entertaining. That's the most you're gonna do to me. But actually get me to down tools, that's not happening. I'm not dying. I ain't going nowhere. You could try, however, but just like the demons that you have indwelt, yeah, I'm going to properly slap you silly, because you're the 7 sons of Sceva. You are trying to exorcise a child of God when I've been given authority to trample you underfoot, serpent and scorpion, and also have the power over what it is that you are, O enemy. I'm on to you. The devil devises schemes, it is written in God's word, but we are not unaware of those schemes. Every time the enemy comes at us with a flood, the Lord raises a standard. And right now what the standard is that we get moved from the hospice wing of a hospital to the recovery unit. Because we's about to get discharged in about 5 days or so. I'm gonna leave. Watch the space. Occult creeps with your death curses and all of y'all causing people to wonder if I'm okay. I look depressed. Of course I'm depressed. I don't have a job. I don't have a family. I don't have love. I don't have anybody looking out for me, especially you. So don't ask me if I'm sad, because that is exactly what you do in the occult before a person commits suicide. You anticipate it's coming, and so you want to act as if though you asked about the depression in the run-up to a person ending their own life due to the fact that you knew they were going to kill themselves. No, I lived through it. I come out of the car wreck with just a scratch. And then you wonder, but why did it work? And then on top of that, you feel really dumb for checking up on me on the day that I was supposed to die. Que right, although y'all putting my affairs in order, my affairs are not in order because I'm not dying. And on top of that, my affairs actually are in order because I'm in Christ. But even if they weren't in order, frankly, who needs to put them in order? Because I'm 39. I'm komdala that much to a point where I could anticipate dying in a minute now. I'm some 89-year-old woman that's shaking the bottle of Alzheimer's. Do you understand? Basically looking to breathe her last. And like calling lawyers to deal with my estate and all that jazz. I'm not shaking it up a storm in a hospice from some terminal illness. I am perfectly healthy, thriving in my body. I am so healthy that I don't get sick at all year long, and yet you out here writing my obituary. Hardy buddy, I just feel as if though it's you, aren't you, that's about to be cracked a whip on the chest of Oloboda. You die. You first. Hi Bunny, you are desirous of putting someone in a hospice. I just feel as if though you better go there first. Why? Because you're dead in trespasses and sins at present. You have not been rescued. You're a valley of dry bones that's still kind of dry, ashy to a point where you're basically powder. You die, because you're already dead. As for me, I'm living and life abundantly is in me, because I belong to Jesus Christ. I'm immortal already, because I have the Spirit of God that testifies with God's Spirit that I am a daughter of God. The Holy Spirit testifies with God's Spirit. My Spirit testifies with the Holy Spirit. I'm a child of God. So essentially, I've got eternal life already. And since I'm going to get raptured into heaven and not die, I just feel as if though trumpet has not blasted yet, so nobody's going to heaven yet. I'm not dying. I'm not dying. I'm waiting for the trumpet blast, and at that last trump, I'm going to be transformed. I'm gonna be all cute, cuter than you. I'm going to be all eternally young. I'm going to be fly. I'm gonna be like 25 forever. And before then, you're not gonna get to put me in the ground and give me a resurrection curse, hoping that I am going to be among those people where at the trumpet blast, I will get raised first. No, I'm not gonna get raised first. I'm gonna meet the Lord in the air after the dead in Christ rise first, because that's a promise I've been given, and I'm running with it. Verstangela, but all of y'all with your death curses and a due date for a person to die, sending a person to say, are you okay? You look depressed. So once the person has committed suicide and landed in the grave, you can be like, but the day she died, I went and I asked, is she okay? And she didn't even confess to me if she's cool. And then I'm still alive on my funeral date. No, relax, Blomang, make like a flower. Yourselves. You die since you're already dead. Lona leng chebileng, bam balwanyana ba ifaife, ba tsebang Satan, ke ha le ka tlhokafala pele. I'm signing out in Christ's name, Cran K. Not dying, just signing out.